Hello everyone, welcome to the Delco Nerd Network Hot Takes. What is a hot take, you may ask? Well, it's where we sit down and we do a little review about a movie or a game. Today, or this video, is going to be a movie, and that movie is Wonder Woman.
It didn't stop. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we actually saw an advanced screening of Wonder Woman on Wednesday night.
Yes.
Thank you to Wizard World for doing that. That was really cool.
Comic-Con. It's been a fun time. So, I mean, we'll start out with some light stuff. We won't get right into the spoilers right away. But
honestly, I feel like we could review the movie mostly with you.
Yeah, we'll start.
But, like, be wary of spoilers. I guess
we'll try and be very transparent when we're doing them. But we'll start out
I feel like you can talk a lot about it without full going into spoilers. But, like...
Very general.
Okay, so like based on what we have in the DCEU already, which is Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and Suicide Squad, this movie's tone is nothing like any of those movies.
Sunny beaches, Themyscira's just an island paradise. It immediately starts off so different. I feel like.
And then you have World War I, so it's a period piece similar to the vein of the Captain America: The First Avenger, which like I don't even want to say that, but like. If I could compare it to anything,
that's what you have to.
That would be the movie,
and it does so many things different that it's fine.
They're really not the same. They just have a parallel in like the way they
that they use
they're
the
an origin
time
story, origin story for a superhero, and it eventually hops to
they use
present
that.
day.
They use that World War setting to kind of set it up. I mean, well, just starting right off, we get this, like I said, this extremely sunny Themyscira.
Well, let's just say, like, it's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's a
really
great
cool.
movie. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, just if you just want the beginning stuff and you want to wait for the meat and beans, like, just go see it. That's it. That's our first.
It's good. It's
stuff.
really good.
But it starts out on Themyscira. We see a young Diana. And we're kind of getting into it all. We kind of get explained to us why she's there, and I really liked how they explained the gods
you
and like
out,
the men and how
you
they
get the origin story of like humanity.
Humans.
It's kind of like the creation myth of the Greek.
Yeah, it's Greek Zeus, all them.
Yeah, and you understand like why man was created and why the Amazons were created, and then eventually it essentially takes off from
it's nice
from that point.
Hippolyta or Hippolyta, I don't know how you say that.
I say Hippolyta.
I thought
I don't
they
like
say
Hippolyta
in it, and I'm pretty sure they say I thought this was Antiope. Antiope. It's hard. I didn't know how to say these names.
I think it's
Hippolyta.
I like Hippolyta. To me sounds better.
I thought they were saying Hippolyta. I don't know. We don't know.
Potato.
But it's really awesome. You're driving. It's just Diana. Just the one scene of Diana running through the streets of Themyscira is probably my favorite.
It's
part.
like the first scene in the movie.
Yeah, and she's the only child on the island. And basically, you're explained that she was created from clay. Her mom made her from clay, and then Zeus gave her life. Which is, I'm pretty sure, basically how it is in the comics. I'm not very familiar with Wonder Woman's origin and such, but the Amazons were fucking badass. Just all the archery training, all the fighting and stuff that you see going on in this, I thought was really cool. But
I thought everything was well done on Themyscira. Like I really like talking about the movie and all. Like I don't think I have any negative critiques on this movie.
I have a few, but I'll get to them.
It was super solid, but it's on its own. That's the thing.
No,
it is not. And like, if they made a sequel, I feel like I don't want them to. I don't think they need to. But
they're
if
going.
They made a sequel,
are you kidding me? They're going.
If they made a sequel, I feel like it'd be another prequel to.
No, it's not. They already said it's going to be a modern day.
Really?
Yeah. Which makes dude. It should be her fighting Cheetah in the modern. Yeah, I think that's right.
I see. I would like that. Like maybe like just in like the past.
Whatever. They can't do World War II because I'm
not saying do World War II. I'm just saying before she meets. Before I guess. Batman v Superman.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I think it has to go forward in order for it to work.
But like, it's super on its own, and it's super contained, and it talks literally. Okay, sorry. The first scene of the movie is like after BVS, and it's a little like she's working in the Louvre, which is what she does. She's like
a weapons curator. It looked
weapons. No, it's like
it was swords. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
but she's not like a weapons curator. It's like
that's what she is. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
It's like but like it's historical objects and stuff like that.
Yes, they're historical weapons, but it's
whatever.
Okay.
I mean, like but she's Amazonian, so she's gonna have that shit in her room.
Of course.
But like and then you see like a Wayne tech truck or whatever the
Wayne Enterprises
truck and basically it's Bruce Wayne delivering the picture to her with
it's the original like glass print
with a watch, which you find out what that is. It's not. Super.
No, I thought she just had that on her. That the
was the watch in there? Or no,
I didn't think so.
Okay,
I could be wrong.
I could be wrong too. But yeah, like that's the only point in the movie that it even harks on anything Batman, except the very end, which again doesn't even do. It's just her in modern day, and she looks cool and she jumps into the sunset. Like that's not even a spoiler to what happens, but like that's the end of the movie.
Oh no, yeah.
But like that's it. It talks. There's no Flash, no Aquaman, no Batman.
This is a full-on origin story, and that's fine, and it works really well. But I mean, it's awesome. It works.
Good.
It works very well.
I love interrupting.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It works very well on its own, and that's what I love about it. They needed this, and we saw a panel today, and the guy said something that kind of rang true with me, and he was like, I would feel a little bit more comfortable with all this if there was a Flash one too that kind of did the same thing. I like this. It's just her. There's so many good, like even this movie gets right into it. There's this, the beach battle scene you see in the previews and stuff. That's like 15 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Like when Steve Trevor like crashes, and it's so like the way what's her name, Antonopoulos, she like jumps off she's like shield. She calls for the shield. She jumps on the shield, jumps off, turns around, and just shoots 3 arrows back.
Yeah, all the Amazon fighting and then Wonder Woman's fighting is really well done. In the vein of like cool. How good I thought the fighting in Man of Steel was.
And I thought it was very different.
And I'm talking the Kryptonians fighting, like Zod's people fighting Superman was just really good. And it's the same thing, like it's well done.
And so we got Chris Pine on the island, and he kind of explains the whole World War thing to him, and Diana sees this. She's been... We're explained early in the movie that she needs to be trained harder and faster than any Amazon. We don't really know why, and I kind of didn't even call it out towards the end of the movie. We'll get into why that is towards the spoilers, but it's really cool, and I thought they did a really good job like connecting just her whole family, making you care like for the Amazons. But sorry, you were
I mean, so pretty much after that, Steve Trevor kind of like gives the spiel through the lasso of truth. They introduce that and.
Dude, some great Steve Trevor and Gal Gadot together.
Yeah, so really good. And they basically through that meeting, Wonder Woman or Diana pretty much is like, yeah, we need to go.
She's like, I need to get out there.
Steve Trevor
like this is, and we should say Ares. Her mother has explained to her about Ares.
Yeah, so she thinks Ares is the reason for World War I,
which makes sense because they basically tell you that Ares sees humans as this piece of crap creation that Zeus made, and he wanted to show this all to the gods, but no one believed him, and he ended up killing all of them except for Zeus, and then Zeus left them God Killer, which is a sword that was supposed to be able to kill Ares. And this is basically, Diana sees this whole World War calling as her, this is Ares. She has
and then like, I don't want to just like talk the whole plot of the movie.
No, I know. I was trying to...
But, and she enters the real world and she kind of sees the horrors of war. And one thing that I guess maybe this will be a negative that I didn't understand is because like we figure out in BVS that Diana leaves or is like MIA for a while because of the events in that movie, but I feel like it's very opposite.
Yeah, it's almost like it should have, like the ending should have inspired her to do it more.
Exactly. Yeah,
and like, I would totally agree with that.
Maybe it's because Steve
Trevor... That was actually one of my things that you were saying.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Steve Trevor does die. I mean, how could he not? I mean,
either way, he wasn't going to live till 2018.
Yeah, either way. But he does sacrifice himself, and maybe his death makes her upset or something like that, and that makes her go into like hiding or whatever. Yeah. But they don't. It's not like something or like Ares does something or that somebody like does something that's like mankind is terrible because
and like there are some
she has a
she feels like she
revelation. Yeah, she kind of like through the movie she has
that kind of
whatever.
It's okay.
She
We were
kinda-
hoping that would stay off.
She kind of has that like back and forth, like, is man good? No.
Yeah.
Yes. No. And like Steve Trevor's the yes, and like everyone else is kind of like the no.
And she's
And then she gets convinced that they are through like her fighting Ares and what Ares has to say about it and whatnot.
and I
Spoiler alert, Ares is the villain of the movie.
Of course, yeah. There was some really interesting stuff in this because, like, Diana and all the Amazons are they're intelligent. Like, they're not stupid. They go through this whole thing, and even, like, there's a whole thing going back and forth with her and Steve on the boat, and they're talking about sex. And, like, she's like,
they
there's
do a
so
lot of
many
good
great
jokes.
quips.
There's
yeah,
a lot
there
of
really
good
are.
jokes that are very appropriate because Diana's very clueless.
Yeah.
And they all pretty much...
And it's not even, like, cluelessness. It's just more, like,
Yeah, it is cluelessness.
Well, no, because
It is
she knows...
cluelessness.
Well, no,
she has no idea.
Hold on.
No, but it is.
But what I'm saying is she knows about it, but she's never seen it.
Not really.
No,
she has no idea how humans dress.
Well, no, I'm not
Yeah, but,
saying...
like,
Gooch, let me finish my sentence here.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying. What I'm saying is she knows about all the stuff. Like, she's talking about, like, sex, and
what
she's
all
like...
this stuff. I mean,
I'm
sex?
about to say it.
Okay.
I'm about to say it. Sex and all these things. I'm not saying culture-wise, but I'm saying, like reproduction-wise, she knows what humans are. She knows about males. And even, like, they're in the cave.
Because there's a bunch of sex jokes.
Yeah, and, well, there's a few.
Because she sees him naked and she doesn't really do anything. She just kind of keeps talking.
Yeah, and she... you mean... God, what was I just saying?
You were talking about the reproductive, her knowing.
Oh yeah,
about...
she has all these books and she knows all this stuff and she's even going through it. Like the one part she goes like, "You mean reproductive biology? Oh yeah, I know that, but like we don't need this." And
yeah,
stuff.
but I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about when she gets to London and like
no,
women aren't allowed in the war room and all the generals are like what?
That's
but
what
like it's not. It's because she's clueless. It's not because she doesn't know what
exactly.
You know.
She knows. Everything's black and white to her. It's good or evil. Like they get into the whole thing. She goes into the war room and it's all men. I was trying to get to that.
Yeah,
and it's all.
But it's
and
because
everyone,
of her cluelessness of that.
Yes,
of the real world.
And it works totally well. And that's
it's not
why
a bad thing. Yeah.
No. And that's why I'm trying to say that World War I really works well. Even I think a little bit better than World War II as a backdrop for this because men were even more. Like hard-headed and just like women can't do crap back then, and not even saying that they. I'm not saying that they couldn't. Obviously, everyone knows that. It's just that was the mindset. Women couldn't even vote back in that day. And then she walks into the war room, and everyone literally just goes silent and like looks at her. And one guy goes, "There's a woman in here."
She walks in, and then like the guy who's talking like kind of like hesitates and like
exactly
like stutters a little bit, and then the guy goes, "There's a woman in here."
And it's really good stuff, and I think that's why the World War I kind of background was so perfect, and even more so when they get to No Man's Land. That whole scene where she's coming out, and like it was just, I thought it was really cool because like they're in No Man's Land. You can't get across that. No man can get across this fucking battlefield, and she just gets up. She's like, "Fuck you guys!" Sheds her thing. First time you see her in all her outfit. She climbs the trenches. You see that in the fucking trailer. And she just hops across. She's taking all the fire so that everyone can flank. And she wins the day for them. And I just thought that was such a fucking cool scene. And I mean, it's cool because, like, we're dudes. We see... And I'm not going to lie. I don't go to, like, superhero movies to relate much. Like, I'm not here to be like, I feel like I can be like that character. But, like, I've seen a lot... There's been a lot of dudes that it's like, you got Captain America, you got Iron Man... that we can go and view this like guy just going and kicking some ass. And I thought it was cool. We saw all these little girls out in Wonder Woman costumes and all that stuff just sitting there like that they can sit in the theater and be like, this chick's my super, like, and they can see it all. I just thought it was a really cool scene.
I definitely think Wonder Woman is like set a very high bar for female superhero movies.
Has.
And I guess the only one that's coming up is essentially Captain Marvel, right?
Yeah, that's the major one. I mean, Ant-Man and the Wasp, but that's and the Wasp.
See,
so that's
I'm talking like straight
like you're
solo.
Just,
because
exactly.
I mean, we've had Black Widow in like Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's been there, but she's not. It's not her own movie.
Yeah. I agree. It's
But that like not talking about Captain Marvel too much, but Captain Marvel will be a totally different movie from this.
Oh,
they're not even going to be like remote. It's going to be an origin
sci-fi
story,
space,
but it's not going to be a in World
not
War
Greek
II,
mythology,
not
World War I.
Yeah. It's totally different, which is nice because they're not going to. You could compare them the fact that there are two females, but like their stories are probably going to be very different.
Getting into there's some critiques I did have with it, but it was more towards the end. I felt like the first two acts were fucking mwah.
Yeah, everything.
But the third act gets very Snyderish.
Slows down a bit.
And it's not even
down.
I wouldn't even say it slows down. I'd say it speeds up, if anything. It gets very... There's a lot... And by Snyderish, I don't mean bad. I just mean it's very action. There's a lot going on. Ares is finally revealed, spoilers, getting into heavy spoilers here, to be... I can't remember the guy... Actually, I have the names right here. It's the guy who plays Lupin.
Yeah.
But...
Was it... I don't think...
David Thewlis. He played Lupin in
He's
Harry
essentially
Potter.
he's a British general or like higher up.
And they do this kind of bait and switch thing with you throughout the movie where they... I mean, it seemed kind of obvious to me, but I will say I knew that he was playing Ares, this guy.
Yeah, like we knew.
But
so they make it seem that Ludendorff is Ares. And like that's... And even like Wonder Woman is like...
Yeah, that's right. Because it does make the most sense. Because he's like he's trying to vie for all the power.
And then
he doesn't
there's
want
the plot
Germany.
twist. But we knew that was not the case because we know too much about these movies.
But the one thing that I feel like, I mean, I don't know because I knew it was him. But if I didn't know, like that whole scene with him dancing with her, like how would she not have known that? Like how would Ares not know who she is? Like why would he not have said? I don't know. That's why at that point I was like, okay, well then that's probably obviously
I doubt
not
he would know
Ares.
who she looks like.
Well, not who she looks like, but like...
Or what she looks like.
I just feel like there was some very... some obvious stuff that gives it away, you know what I mean? Like, like you said, not following norms and not realizing, like she's being... And then she's walking around with a sword and shield at one point. Like, come on. But it's the third act, like I was saying. It's like it's just...
The revolving door.
Yeah, it's just...
It was really funny. She runs into it and like can't get through. And the sword and shield, and she backs up and she like runs into it. It's funny.
She's very she has this very like, we just need to help everyone. Like, I don't want to say it's not a childish attitude, but it's just like because she's been on this island. It's very innocent, I should say.
It's not really understanding the concept of war. Like I mean, especially war in World War I and back in World War II. Sometimes, dude,
not even war, contemporary war. Like what? Like you said, like she doesn't understand the cultural stuff that's going on. So how can she understand?
It's not even that. But like soldiers have a job, and like you can't just fucking like go save every person in trouble. It's not.
Exactly.
War.
I mean, she's had this.
You know,
she's
soldiers
had this
are given
whole
a job, and you do the job, and like that's your job.
Yeah, no, and she's had this whole thing in her life where she sees it as she just, and that's fine. She wants to help the weak, but she thinks it's a lot easier than it really is, and it's not like she's doing this because she's dumb. She's just ignorant of like the fact that you can't, like you said,
just trying
you
to
can't
do
save
good.
everyone.
Yeah,
and she's really trying hard, but you can't, like you said, you can't save everyone. I kind of wish there was more face-to-face Ares and Diana leading up. More like,
it's pretty much.
It was very just like at the end, like, oh, here he is, but it was fine. Like the guy who plays him is awesome.
They have their exchange, but that's essentially.
And that's what I'm saying is like the very Snyderish part of it. Like it got a little muddy for me. Like I was kind of having a hard time seeing what was going on.
Essentially, though, Wonder Woman ended World War I.
No, yeah. I mean, she took care of World War I. Cap took care of World War II.
But I don't. He doesn't end World War II. Hitler dying ends World War II.
No, but he stops the greater conflict because even if Hitler didn't die, fucking Hydra would have taken out the entire. He saved World. He took.
Yeah, but like more into. I don't even know how World War One. I think World War One ends with the armistice.
Yeah,
that's how it ends.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
the Germans give up, but like literally, like that happens because of her. But let's talk about like Professor Poison, who is our C-list comic villain, who they ended up putting in this
comic character.
It's a guy though.
Is it?
I think it's Professor Poison in the comics. It's Dr. Poison in the movie.
It's cool. Continue.
So Dr. Poison essentially is just a German doctor who makes pretty fucked up chemical weapons.
Yeah. Which is very appropriate for World War One.
Yeah, very appropriate because that's when like chemical warfare was essentially invented and then eventually outlawed for like conventional warfare because it's pretty fucked
terrible.
Up shit.
Yeah, I mean people still use it,
but yeah, like she's the one working for Ludendorff. Ludendorff is he's a general for the Germans, and they're trying to win the war. And essentially, she's used as a plot device for the just humans being evil on their own free will.
Yeah, like men are bad, even women are bad.
Ares does this thing where like he like whispered into her ear and gave her ideas, but
that's
like,
what he's been doing with everyone.
She carried it out. Even though, like, I'm sure she could have eventually thought of shit herself, and she would have done it. But like,
of course,
Ares,
but like he was giving her these
gave
ideas.
her the hammer, and she hammered the nails.
And that was funny because I was thinking about it. Like, I didn't even realize it when we were watching it. Like she's you know that gas that like makes him very strong. She goes, I had a dream about this came to me in a dream last night. This gas, and I was like, oh, that was Ares whispering to her.
That was that was the only weird thing. Like Ludendorff takes this gas, which gives him like super soldier level abilities. Like he crushes a pistol, but they never really. I guess that could explain it, but like it seems a little weird.
I don't know. I don't think it's any weirder than a gas that can eat through your entire like.
Yeah, but gas can do that though. I guess at a certain like lethality, like it could.
I mean, an injection can't make me a superhero either. So I don't. It's just all about this. You just kind of think, she came up with the gas. What? I'm saying like Captain America. Like obviously you can't take a super.
Yeah, no shit. But like they develop it for that reason.
Yeah, she developed that for that reason, is what she's saying. She developed this gas to help, like, invigorate. It's almost like an adrenaline shot.
Yeah, but it's a little, I don't know.
I don't think it's any more unbelievable than half the stuff going on in this movie, is all I'm saying.
It's not that it was unbelievable, but it was, like, different compared to, like, what the other shit she was making. It was just like, how do you know how to make people...
Well, she knows how chemicals.
I don't know.
Exactly. She's Dr. Poison.
I think people could understand what I'm saying, but whatever.
I got you.
It's not a big... Yeah, it was a little, like, what? But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to, like, critique.
I thought it was cool how Ares was trying to get, like, Diana on her side. And they're actually brother and sister, which is funny. So you find out that Diana is the god killer, not the sword.
Yeah.
And basically she's half god. She's the daughter of Zeus. And, yeah, she's only God can kill a god, as they say. Or as she said, I guess. And basically that kind of takes you through the whole end. And I will agree with what you're saying, where like it does feel a little too inspiring to make her like, why would she?
Yeah, why would she leave humanity when she just like found this newfound like
love for humanity?
Not love, but like inspiration or like what's the word? Morale.
I would say love.
Boost.
No, I mean she loves Steve Trevor. That was the whole thing. By the end, that was her connection to, I guess, humanity. And Chris Pine kills it. He's one of my favorite parts of the movie. Without being like he's a very good support.
Yeah, he does good.
He really does.
I think we kind of hit all the points I wanted to hit for the most part. I mean, we didn't talk about some things, but like, you know,
going forward, do you think this is good? Definitely plus for the DCEU.
Yeah, right? But here's the thing: it's an origin story that has nothing to do with what's actually going on in the rest of the universe.
Yeah,
who knows? That's what I'm saying. It's so disconnected from everything. It's real. It's like
it's like
Guardians 1 was. It's so
I wouldn't say
now,
it's that disconnected, but yeah.
Yeah, but it was so it was on its own, even though Thanos was involved, which was the strange.
And that's how all the origin stories were for. Even Man of Steel was on its own until it connected. And it's like
true, but like Captain America at the end, there we go.
No, I know. I'm saying
in the beginning they introduced it like that.
But I'm saying Man of Steel, like you got no direct connections based on, like you have, of course.
Oh yeah.
So it's just it's your builders, and I think this works very well.
No, Iron Man does it actually,
and like this just does it like it did for the Avengers, and just it gives you the background on this awesome character, so you don't need to learn it all in this big ensemble movie. And I think that's awesome.
I think the way they did this, introducing her in BVS and then doing her origin after, is fine, but it gets dicey when you get to. I think Aquaman is alright to do, but Flash?
I don't think he's gonna. I doubt they're gonna do an origin for Flash if it's set after.
I feel like my question is,
like
are they gonna trust the fact that people might watch the show and know his origin? Because like that's the only other medium besides comics you would know him in.
No, I agree. I think
they could be like, people know the Flash. They've done his origin story. Let's not retread the ground, because if it's not the Rogues, it's got to be Reverse Flash.
I mean, it's not. I think they could. He has He has one of the biggest rogues gallery.
But I think Reverse Flash
is his bigger. Well, yeah, of course,
is the fucking villain for Flash. You know, he's the one. He's like, I mean, like
he's everything he isn't. That's his whole
exactly. But like, I mean, Superman, Zod being his enemy, I think is almost as good as Lex Luthor. Because Zod is a Kryptonian and he kind of rivals him.
And it's literally he's the opposite. He's
very oppositely.
Yeah, morally speaking, anyways. And I think it's a really good step in the right direction. Not to say that I hated BVS or even any of the other ones. I actually pretty much enjoyed them all for the most part. I'm happy to see it. I love seeing Wonder Woman get the treatment she deserved. I've never been the biggest fan. I'm not going to claim to be of Wonder Woman, but this made me be like, all right.
Yeah,
Don't
I mean,
fuck
like,
with Wonder Woman.
I mean, this isn't
even
gonna
even
this
BVS.
shouldn't make Wonder Woman big because Wonder Woman was big
already
before
big,
this was big. I mean, like, it's not like where like we were at that panel today at Where's the World and like Marvel Cinematic Universe made all those Marvel characters fucking huge.
Yeah, no, they were
fucking
list characters.
giant. Because like Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, like
they were your
Captain
C's and your
America,
B's.
even.
Yeah.
Like they were all like, I mean, they were all just like you maybe knew who they were, but like you
Captain
knew,
America,
you knew
you know,
Spider-Man.
like, off,
you knew
like, yeah.
Spider-Man, and maybe you knew Captain America.
I think if someone said Captain America, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's probably a comic thing.
See, like I don't know if I could tell you as a comic book character, but Batman and Superman are like way different.
Oh no, they're
like, you know who Batman and Superman
they are literally the most like some of the like the most iconic like
Yeah.
superheroes out there. They know who they are everywhere in the world. I agree, and I think Wonder Woman's up there too because she's really just that. She's the female. She's just that female representation. Yeah, she really does, and she's the Trinity.
But,
she's the last one.
She
She has no kryptonite.
Do you have any other points before we wrap up? Because I think we kind of hit it pretty well.
Just go see the movie. It's really good. I loved it a lot.
And then next
great first outing for a female superhero.
Sorry. Next up is Justice League.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a couple months. This bodes well for Justice League, in my opinion. I mean, we heard all that stuff. Very sorry to hear about Zack Snyder's family and stuff like that. I mean, Joss Whedon's coming in to do some stuff on that, and that's going to be
either way. They shouldn't be changing the movie at all.
No,
like,
I mean he's coming in to do
coming
in to do some like team building scenes because that's what he's known
and
for.
he's doing some like photography stuff and essentially that was it. But
post production stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll see Wonder Woman again in Justice League, and we'll probably be doing a Justice League review. I assume when that time rolls around.
Oh, I think definitely huge. I think definitely. Well, overall, go see the movie. Thank you guys for watching the Delco Nerd Network. You can find us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Delco Nerd Network, on Twitter at the DNN Podcast, as well as Instagram, the Delco Nerd Network.
Yes,
at the Delco Nerd Network.
Yeah.
YouTube.com/Ragucci25. Like, follow, subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching. Stay nerdy, and I hope to see you at the next one.
Right.